So to represent the efficiency of the algorithm, we will use asymptotic notations. Efficiency means it should satisfy time complexity as well as space complexity. What is space complexity? It is the amount of space taken by the algorithm to store the instructions. What is time complexity? It is the amount of time taken by the algorithm to finish or to complete the execution. So when we will say that it is efficient, when the time complexity is very less and the space complexity is very less, then we will say that the algorithm is efficient. To represent the efficiency of the algorithm, we will use these asymptotic notations. Okay, so the possible or the basic asymptotic notations are big O notation, big theta, and big omega. Big O, it is the upper bound. Upper bound means it is a worst case. Next we are having average bound, that is theta. Theta we are having average bound, right? It is also called as average case. So average case. Next omega. Omega is there. Omega notation, right? So what is this omega notation? So it is a best case. So it takes lower bound values. That is, best case means it takes more efficient, that is less space and less time. It takes average space and average time. It takes worst space, that is utmost time as well as utmost space. Here, suppose if we are having an array, let us take an array. We are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10. So let us take the first case. I wanted to search. Okay, I wanted to search key. I wanted to search key 10. Okay, I wanted to search for the element 10. So first I will compare this 10 with 1. It is not matching. Next I will compare this 10 with 2. It is not matching. Similarly with 3, it is not matching. Like this I will keep on comparing. So when I reach to this place, then these two are matching. Then it is saying that match is found. Then now what is the amount of time taken to search this particular element? That is n. This is the utmost time. Again, are we having any more elements here? No, it is not. We are not having any more elements. So it is taking utmost time, that is n, right? Utmost time we are taking n to search the element. So this is worst case, right? This is worst case. Suppose if the search element is 5. Okay, suppose if the search element is 5, then there is no need to search up to here. So here we will find the element. So is it taking worst time, utmost time? No. It is taking less time? No. It is taking somewhat average time. Right? So this we will call it as theta notation. Okay, to represent the time like this or the space like this with the average case, then we will use the theta notation. Okay, next suppose if the search key is 1 or 2 or 3. Okay, if the search key is 1 or 2 or 3. Okay, so is it taking average amount of time or worst time? No. So beginning in the first one only we are getting the element here. So it is taking less time. Hence we will say that it is a best case. Right? So that we will represent by using the omega notation. Clear? Kindly respond. I hope you understand what is this big O R, worst case, average case, and the best case. Clear? Kindly respond. Please.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we'll see one by one. Okay. Now we'll see one by one. Yesterday we have seen big O notation, right? Big O notation, right? Yesterday we have seen big O notation. What is this big O notation? So we can say that the function f of n is equals to big O of g of n, right? We can say that the function f of n is equals to big O of g of n if there exists a positive constant, if there exists a positive constant c and n naught, right? If there exists a positive constant c and n naught such that, right, such that f of n is always less than or equals to c into g of n for all, right, for all n such that n is greater than or equals to n naught, right? Big O notation. We will say that the function f of n is equals to big O of g of n if there exists positive constants c and n naught such that f of n is always less than or equals to c into g of n. Okay, there exists n, okay, for all n and n is greater than or equals to n naught. To just go through with this one, we will say that it is a big O notation. When we will say that, we will say that if f of n, if f of n, what is this f of n? F of n is a algorithm's running time. And what is this c? C is a constant. It indicates the basic operation count. C indicates the basic operation count. And what is this g of n? It is a simple function that we will use to compare with, right? We will use to compare with. Here, kindly respond or kindly remember this one. Always, suppose if this is we are having, okay, always we are having. So let us take, suppose if a constant n naught is there, okay, if n naught is there, so always this f of n is should be always less than c into g of n. Okay, what is this c? C and n naught are constants. That is what you can just see here. You can just see there exists a positive constants c and n naught, c and n naught. Okay, c and n naught. So always this f of n, should be less than or equals to c into g of n. So this whatever we are having, this before this n naught we will not consider. This does not matter. Okay, before this n naught, that is here, we will not consider. Only after the n naught, after n naught, this f of n should be always less than c into, sorry, f of n should be always less than or equals to c into g of n. Okay, in some textbooks or in some materials you will see like this. Okay, in some textbooks you will see like this, n naught. Okay, so suppose we are having like this, okay, and so we will be having like this, whatever it may be. After this n naught, this f of n should be less than c into g of n after n naught. Okay, after the n naught, right, after n naught, sorry, after yes, after n naught, this f of n should be less than or equals to c into g of n. Okay, don't confuse. Clear? Kindly respond.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is what the worst case, that is big O notation. Okay, so and also we have seen some few examples yesterday, right? What is that example? Let us take, let us prove this 3n plus 3 is equals to big O of n. So what is this big O of n? That is C into G of n. Okay, this is C into G of n and this is f of n. So what is our condition? We should prove that this is f of n is less than or equals to C into G of n. How to prove? How to prove? Right? So 3n plus 3 is there. So it should be less than or equals to. It should be less than or equals to. So here constant we are having 3. Always we will take the C constant value. Okay, constant value, small value. Okay, always this is C. Okay, C into G of n. So G of n is big O of n is there. So constant we are having 3. So can we take this as a 4 such that, so 4n such that this 3n plus 3 is less than or equals to 4n? For what values of n it is, it will become less than or equals to, suppose if I take n is equals to 1. So 3 plus 3 is less than or equals to 4 into 1, 4. So 6 is less than or equals to 4. Is it satisfying? No. Then we'll go with n is equals to 2. Then we'll go with n is equals to 2. So if I take n as a 2, so 3 into 2, okay, if I go with 3, n is equals to 2, okay, n is equals to 2, then what will be this one? 3 into 2, that is 3n we are having, plus 3 is less than or equals to 4 into 2, that is 4n. Okay, so 3 into 2 is 6 plus this 3 is less than or equals to 4 into 2, 8. So 6 plus 3, 9 is less than or equals to 8. Is it satisfying? Again it is not satisfying. Then we will go with n is equals to 3. Right, we will go with n is equals to 3. N is equals to 3. So 3 into n value is 3 plus 3 is less than or equals to 4 into 3. 4n is there, right? So 3 into 3, 9 plus 3 is less than or equals to 4 into 3, 12. What is 9 plus 3? 12 is less than or equals to 12. Is it satisfying? Yes, it is satisfying. So we can say that 3n plus 3 is less than or equals to 4n for such that for all n is greater than or equals to 3. N is greater than or equals to 3. Clear? So this is right. So we should write this because we are satisfying this 3n plus 3 is less than or equals to 4n only if n is equals to 3 or more than that one. Clear? Okay. Only if n is equals to 3, then only if n is greater than or equals to 3, then this is satisfying. Okay, this is worst case now. Clear? That is f of n is less than or equals to C into G of n. G of n is n and C is 4 now. Constant 4. Clear? Any confusion here? Kindly respond please.
No, sir.
Okay, similarly, we can take one more example. 3n plus 3 is equals to big O of n square. Okay, so how to prove this one? We should prove there is no mandatory that you should take this values only, but you take any value such that this should be less than or equals to this one. That is f of n should be always less than or equals to C into G of n. Okay. Now can we take this as C? Can we take this as 3n plus 3 is less than or equals to constant 3? Can we take here 3n? So here G of constant C is 3 and G of n is n square. Okay. G of n is n square we are having here. Is anyone facing the confusion here? So whatever the question is given, so this is f of n and this is g of n. We should write this c. We should write this c such that it is less, f of n is less than or equals to c into g of n. That is what our worst case says. F of n should be less than or equals to c into g of n. Okay. Here, this constant you can take any value. Always see that you will take less value. With less value, you will satisfy. Okay. Clear? Can we take this one? Is it works? For what values of n this one works? Kindly respond, please.
N is greater than or equal to 2, sir.
N is greater than or equals to 2. Can everyone check whether this works for this one or not? Okay, so if I take this n value as a 2, so 3 into 2 plus 3 is less than or equals to 3 into 2 square, right? So 3 into 2 is a 6 plus 3 is less than or equals to 3 into 2 square is 4. So 4 3s are 12. 6 plus 3, 9. So 9 is less than or equals to 12. Yes, it works for n is greater than or equals to 2. So we are proving this is f of n is less than or equals to c into g of n. Like this, you should prove. Here, if the question is asked in the examination, prove this for big O notation or worst case or upper bound. So you should be ready to answer if the question comes with any of these terminologies. Okay, big O, upper bound notation or worst case. Okay. Here. Can you respond, please? Similarly, can you prove this 3n plus 2 is not equals to big O of 1? Can you prove this? See here, g of n is given constant 1. Okay, g of n is given constant. So if we are taking this n value as, so here, if you are taking this 3n plus 2 is less than or equals to 4, we cannot take n value here because g of n is given as 1. So we should take only 1. So that is, if I take n is equals to 1, then 3 plus 2 is less than or equals to 4. So 5 is less than or equals to 4. If I take n is equals to 2, then we can take this as 3 into 2, 6 plus 2 is less than or equals to 4. Okay. So that is 8 is less than or equals to 4. It is not satisfying. So we can directly say that 3n plus 2 is not equals to big O of n. Why? Because you should write the reason also here. Why? So 3n plus 2 is not equals to big O of n, big O of 1, as 3n plus 2 is not less than or equal to c. Whatever the value you take, whatever the c value you take, it is not less than the c. So for any constant c and all values of n, this is what the reason you should write. Okay. 3n plus 2 is not less than or equals to c for any values or for any constant c and all n. Okay. Can you prove this as big O notation? Can you prove this as a big O notation? It is equals to big O of 1. No, because it is constant we are having 1. Because here we are having constant. So always this constant values will be less than this. Okay. Whatever the values you take, so always this will be greater than this one. Hence we cannot prove this as a big O of 1. Clear? Clear? Kindly respond, please.
Yes, sir.
One more example I will give. You just try whether you can prove this one. 10 n square plus 4n plus 2 is equals to big O of n. Can we prove this one? Can we prove this one? Is it possible? Is it possible? Is it possible? You always see that whatever the value n we are taking, at least you see this order of growth. Here we are having n square. Here we are having only n, right? Kindly listen here. Here we are having n square, but here we are having only n. So whatever the value you take for n, always this side will be doubling, right? So it is squaring that value, but here it is not squaring. So we cannot prove that this is greater than this one. Sorry, we cannot prove that this is less than this one. So hence it is also not following the big O notation. Here you just see this side we are having n square, but this side we are having only n. So how to prove that this is less than this one? How to prove? Whatever the value you take for n, is it possible? Is it possible? Kindly respond, please.
Yes, sir.
Everyone should respond. What you are doing? Is
No,
this a
sir.
theory? Just to keep on listening? Is it a theory class? Just to put on a headset into the mobile phone and keep it in your ears and you can just chill out, right? It is not like that, no? Yes or no? So you should involve, right? See, this complete subject will be problematic only. But once if you understand, then it is not required to revise even before the examination. Directly you can write the examination. Okay, what is there in this worst case? Always we should see that this f of n should be less than or equals to c into g of n. If you remember this one, then whatever the problem is given here, then directly you can prove that this one, if it is possible. If not, directly you can write that. So it is not possible as 10n square plus 4n plus 2. Okay, for any constant value and the n value, or for all n values, it is not possible. So hence we can directly say that this is not equals to this one. This is not equals to big O of n. Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So similarly, we are having next one. Okay. Similarly, we are having next one. What is next one? Big omega, right? Next one is big omega. What is this omega? What is this omega?
Best case.
Huh? Best case, right? This is best case. best case, right? So in case of worst case, f of n was less than or equals to c into g of n. So best case means reverse of that one, right? Yes or no? Best case
Yes,
means
sir.
reverse of that one. That is f of n will be always greater than or equals to c into g of n. Very simple. Yes or no? Right? So here we can define this. So if f of, we can say that f of n is equals to omega of g of n. Okay, we can say that f of n is equals to omega of g of n if there exists positive constants, if there exists positive constants, if there exist positive constants c and n naught. Okay, if there exists positive constants c and n naught such that, okay, such that, so always this f of n will be greater than or equals to c into g of n for all n. Okay, for all n, you can write here for all. Okay, so always this n will be greater than or equals to n naught. Okay, always this n will be greater than or equals to n naught. You just see here, in case of best case, in case of best case, this f of n is is greater than or equals to c into g of n. F of n is greater than or equals to c into g of n. Now how to write here graph for this one? How to write a graph for this? How to write a graph? So we can take here positive constant n naught, right? Positive constant n naught. So what it says? F of n. So f of n is greater than, f of n is greater than c into g of n, right? Is it right? Okay, this f of n is greater than c into g of n. You just see the difference between these two. So here f of n is there and here c into g of n is there. Whereas in the previous case, you just see here f of n is less than c into g of n. That is below this c into g of n. Whereas here it is above the c into g of n. Very simple to remember. And this is n naught. And this is constant c we are having. Right? And this is constant c we are having. Clear? Kindly go through this one. We will say that, we can say that f of n is equals to omega of g of n if there exists positive constants c and n naught such that f of n is greater than or equals to c into g of n for all n such that n is greater than or equals to n naught. Very simple. So this is best case. This is best case. Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can we have one example here, please? Can we have an example? Very simple example. Let us take 100n plus 6 is equals to omega of n. Can you prove this? F of n is greater than or equals to c into g of n. You should prove this one now. Previously, you are proving that it is less than or equals to c into g of n. Now you should prove this is greater than or equals to c into g of n. How to prove? You can just see. Here we are having 100n, right? Plus 6 is there. So always it will be greater than this one. If I take here constant as 100 and this omega function we are having n is greater than, sorry, So this 100n plus 6, right? Because of this 6, so this will be always greater than or equals to this 100n, right? Is it satisfying? Is it satisfying? Kindly respond, please.
Yes, sir.
So for what values of n this will satisfy?
N is
For what?
greater than or equal to 1.
So always if n is greater than or equals to 1, right, it will satisfy because of this plus 6 is there, right? Okay. Similarly, can we have another example? n square plus 4n plus 2 is equals to omega of n square. Is it satisfies? Is it satisfies? Kindly respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
For what values of n it will satisfy?
N
What
is
I should
greater
write
than or
here?
equal to 1.
So 10n square plus 4n plus 2 is greater than or equals to what I should write here? What I should write? Can I have here 10n square? Can I write like this? Can I write? For what values of n it will satisfy?
N is greater than or equal to 1.
Very good. So n is greater than or equals to 1. Right? Okay, this is how the best case will work, right? Clear? Any doubt here?
No, sir.
Okay, what is the next one we are having? What is the next one we are having? Quickly, we will finish this asymptotic notations today so that we will go with the performance analysis in the next class. Okay. So the basic problem was to understand the basics. That's it. So now you understood the basics very well, right? What is the next one we are having? Big theta, right? So what is this? Average case. Yes or no? Theta notation is average case. Average means what? Okay, average means, so always you see that as the name itself indicates, it is average case, right? So for n naught, for any n naught, this f of n should be, somewhere in between worst and the best case, right? This should be somewhere in between the worst and the best case. So this is f of n, right? This is f of n because it is average case. It should be somewhere in between worst and the best case, right? So this one, we will take this as a C1 into g of n, and this we will take it as C2 into g of n. Clear? Clear the graph? Same, we are having some constant values, we are having C and n naught. Okay, positive constant values we are having C and n naught. So before this n naught we will not consider. Okay, and here you just see this f of n is in between C1 into g of n and C2 into g of n, that is worst case and the best case, in between worst case and the best case. Clear? Now how to define here this one? We will say that f of n f of n is equals to theta of g of n, right? We can say that this f of n is equals to theta of g of n if there exist positive constants, right? If there exist positive constants C1, C2, here you can just see C1, C2 and N0. Okay, if there exists positive constants C1, C2 and N0 such that, okay, such that this C1 g of n f of n will be in between, right? Just see here, for all n such that n is greater than or equals to n0. See, everything remains same, only this will be keeps on changing. You can just see here f of n is in between, okay, f of n is in between C1 g of n and C2 g of n. Is it right? Is this right? Kindly respond, please. Whatever the equation here we wrote, is it right?
Yes, sir.
How it is right? How this C1 g of n is less than f of n? How this C1 g of n is less
Sir,
than
it's greater
f of
than,
n?
sir.
Huh? Then you are telling it is right. Huh? According to the graph, how this is right? So what we should modify here? Either we should modify this one or we should modify this one, right? So here it is C2 g of n and here it is C1 g of n. Now is it right? Now is it right? Kindly respond, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you just see now. C1 g of n. C1 g of n is less than f of n. Again, it is less than C2 g of n. So f of n is in between C1 g of n and the C2 g of n. Clear? Okay, so it is, we will call it as average case. So can we have one, can we solve one example, please? So that is 3n plus 2 is equals to theta of n. Can we solve this one? Can we solve? We should prove that. So this is f of n. Okay. This is f of n. And this is g of n. So here we should define the constants C1, C2. Okay. Here we should define the constants C1 and the C2. How to define? How to define? First you define this f of n. F of n, according to this diagram, f of n is less than C2 g of n. Right? First you define this f of n is less than C2 g of n. So how to prove this? 3n plus 2 is less than or equals to what value I should take for C2? Can we take this as 4n? Kindly respond, please.
Yes, sir.
Can we take this as a 4n? So for what values of n here? This is 3n. For what values of n? N is greater than or equals to? If I
3.
take 1, so 3 plus 2, 5 is less than 4. No. N is greater than or equals to 3, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Does it not works for 2?
No, sir.
Six plus 2,
It
8.
works, sir.
It works, no? So it will works for 2, right? So 3 into 2, 6 plus 2, 8 is less than or equals to 4 2 is 8. Equal to is there. It works, right? And what is the next one? So if you are proving this f of n is less than or equals to c2 g of n, then we should prove that f of n is greater than or equals to c1 g of n, right? Yes or no? So how to prove here? That is 3n plus 2 is greater than or equals to what value I should take this one? Can I take this as a 3n? Why? Because here we are having, because of this 2, always it will be greater than this 3n, right? Can we take? Can we take? Kindly respond, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for what values? For n is equals to, n is greater than or equals to 2,
1.
right? And now, now what is C1 value? C2 value is 4 and C1 value is 3. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Kindly respond. C1 value is 3. C2 value is 4, right? So you apply this and you combine here. Okay. You apply and combine here. See, both are, we are having n is greater than or equals to 2 and n is greater than or equals to 2 only. Okay. Understanding? So here you should write n naught is equals to 2, C1 is equals to 3 and C2 is equals to 4. Like this you should write. From where we are getting this n naught? From here. Okay. Clear? So kindly work on this. If you are having any doubt, we will discuss in the next class. Okay. I hope it is already late for the next class. Okay. Okay.